Hello and welcome back to another session of Therapy and Panels. The X-Men have had a sorted many number of villains over the years. From bigoted humans that created robots to hunt them down, to mutant terrorists trying to destroy all of humankind, and to misanthropic, evil-ish clown. Wait, what? Yes, this is a real thing. Created by Larry Hama and Alan Kupperberg, Obnoxio was introduced as the host and mascot of Marvel's humor magazine, Crazy, which was Marvel's answer to Mad Magazine. While the magazine ran from 1973 to 1983, Obnoxio didn't appear until the final years of the magazine's run. He was designed as a gross, chain-smoking, misanthropic anti-clown, basically the opposite of characters like Bozo or Ronald McDonald. His very existence poked fun at superhero tropes and the state of pop culture, aligning with Crazy's irrelevant and absurd humor. When the magazine was reaching its end, Marvel wanted to keep the character and tried to add him into the mainstream comics, which is why we have today's book. So let's see how well Obnoxio fits into the Marvel Universe as we take a look at Obnoxio versus the X-Men, issue number 1. The cover is kind of dark in my opinion. I think this is supposed to be doing a parody of the death of Jean Grey, and I say death because going off the word bubble, Obnoxio here has just killed Shadowcat with the other X-Men here shocked about it. We begin the story with Obnoxio arriving at the X-Mansion, thinking to himself how low he has sunk to entertain at a birthday party, but due to how much the professor has paid him, he has no other choice. Unknown to him, someone has spotted him in the yard, worried he might interfere with his plans. Turns out to be that Xavier hired that guy first, but he wasn't able to do it, but then he got his schedule cleared up, and it's going to be a very awkward thing when the two meet up. Inside, Xavier has noticed that Cerebro has detected a mutant on the premises, but before he can think more about it, the computer overloads, knocking him out. Must have been a Windows 98 update. Outside with Obnoxio, he rings the doorbell only to go flying into one of the trapdoors for intruders. That's how I handle Jehovah's Witnesses coming to my doorsteps. As the X-Men group up to see about this intruder, we see outside that the intruder from earlier is taking the advantage to sneak into the mansion, melting into a pink goo, declaring the X-Men to be afraid of ice cream. Yeah, you heard right. His name is Scream. And he has the mutant ability to turn into any flavor of ice cream. Makes you wonder what they were smoking back then. Back with Obnoxio, he manages to escape his prison using some extra CO2 cartridges to blow a hole in the wall, and runs across the X-Men, who demand some answers. Okay, bub. We're going to ask this one question, and we're only going to ask it once, so you better answer. How do so many of you clowns fit into that tiny car? Talk! As all this is happening, we see Ice Cream sneak into the danger room to continue his schemes. It turns out he just wants to use the danger room like a holodeck from Star Trek for some of his unmentionable pleasurement. Who am I to judge? Meanwhile, the X-Men are having some problems fighting Obnoxio thanks to his bag of tricks like sneeze powder and a super joy buzzer, when Ice Cream activates the danger room and a claw pulls Obnoxio inside. As the team tried to break through the secure door, Obnoxio is dealing with the traps from the danger room. It gets to a point where the room becomes filled with water, and Obnoxio is about to go via drowning until the X-Men manage to break in, saving his life. If you survived this, Obnoxio, I gotta say, you need to start taking a look at the people who try to hire you, because this isn't worth the money, man. Before round 2 can begin, Xavier sends a telepathic command for everyone to appear in the danger room. And when everyone arrives, they discover the real culprit of Ice Cream. But thanks to the professor, He lowered the temperature in the danger room and is now a frozen popsicle. Yes, you could say that ice cream was put on ice. I'm sorry, I'll leave. With everything done with, it's revealed Obnoxio came to entertain for Kitty Pryde's birthday, but after everything that's occurred, the guy just leaves, and I do not blame him. And that is where the issue ends. And that was Obnoxio the Clown's against the X-Men, and for my diagnosis, goofy, weird, but enjoyable. The story is just a basic misunderstood story of an intruder, but getting the wrong guy with the real enemy. I'm not entirely sure what his plan was. Speaking of this enemy, and speaking of this enemy, he was really lame, and his reasonings just seem like he's just a big baby in a man's body who got defeated off screen. That's how you know a villain is awful, but maybe with Obnoxio being a parody of stories like this, it could be the point, but I don't know. Very anticlimactic, if you ask me. And that is the end of today's session. I'd like to thank you all for attending another session of Therapy and Panels. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I am the Super Guru, signing off. I totally didn't forget to film this part earlier. You're crazy for thinking that. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Bye.